start, guys, with something that I found very funny from this past week, which is the viewbotting of the LEC channel. And LEC is the European League of Legends League. And don't you worry, because I came with receipts that will be appearing on your screen. Thorin and Richard already have the screenshots, so they can just look along while we talk about that. So something very strange has been afoot. And I'm not going to, guys, I'm not going to accuse LEC of viewbotting because I can't know that. I can't know who viewbotted this channel. But it is funny that it is getting viewbotted. And it's especially funny the way in which it's getting viewbotted. Because it's on some videos that don't make a lot of sense to be viewbotted. And primarily amongst these is a format explainer video for the year 2025. And what LEC did was they said, hey, we're changing the format. Here's a little video for the fans to explain how they can expect to watch our league in the year 2025. And so this video was released at the end of 2024. And after 1 month, this video titled very scintillatingly LEC 2025 format explainer.
The greatest possible title imaginable. Like back in the day when I was such a boomer, I used to do interviews and call them Interview with Get Right. That was just the headline. Like, I can spoil it, but I make it as a joke on myself. That's a terrible marketing scheme. So no one would ever click it, would they?
So with a thumbnail that says 2025 LEC format explainer.
Ooh, that's enticing.
With some
this is almost like an actual test case of credulity of whether you could ever believe this is real, guys. It's almost like they've tried to make it like, are we viewbotting? Like it's outrageous, isn't it? I know.
It is a 5-minute long video, and behind the text on the thumbnail, it features some LEC colored squiggles. So basically what I'm saying is there is nothing compelling that would cause people to click on this video.
It doesn't even have one of the horses or something. It's like shocks. Check this out, you know. Yeah, no caps or something. No.
Doing a pog champ.
No,
you have to have a face doing a pog champ or no one will click. That's the rule. FaZe patented that. They said that was secret tech.
So
in the Tfue lawsuit, true story.
A month after this video was released, you will notice it had 119,000 views.
Quite a lot of views. Yeah,
quite a few for a format explainer. So
that's
not
plausible.
bad, not bad. So what I'm going to show you guys next is a following screenshot that shows mysteriously that on, hold on, I have to get into my screen, January 15th, after receiving between 10 and 40,000 views for the previous 2 weeks, all of a sudden on January 15th, the LEC channel receives 933,000 views on YouTube in 1 day. Now, this was a day after they posted a video about Callista, which is the up-and-coming Carmine Corp AD carry that's been very hyped. Obviously, Carmine Corp's very popular, so you might say, whoa, didn't that Carmine Corp video get a lot of views? Well, when I took these screenshots, it was at about 400,000 views. So it did, and those were probably mostly real, I would guess.
I mean, they have a very active fan base, though, who's incentivized through like Discords and stuff to click stuff.
Exactly.
That's vaguely plausible. They do have that reach, yeah.
Callista has been the most hyped rookie in LEC for years. So it does make sense that would have a... But keep in mind that this has 400,000 views. Okay, so this Callista video. They also had a video about Jojo Pian, who's a famous North American player, joining a European team, Mad Lions Koi. Again, a big fan base.
Movistar now. They've renamed to Movistar.
Movistar Koi, yes. And so that video had about 375,000 views when I took these screenshots. So
these are insane numbers. Just those a load of mega numbers for a video. Yeah, that's very, very good. Yeah.
But what you're going to see now is a screenshot of the top videos ever released on the LEC channel. Ooh. And you will notice that the LEC format explainer is now in 5th place all time on the channel with 1.1 million views. So the hottest rookie in LEC in years coming to a team with a massive fan base did 400,000 views.
Monty, they have more views on, no, the same views on that as an LEC video featuring Law as the thumbnail, which was a fucking collab with Diplo, an actual like real electronic art. There's no way. Like that is the difference is no, there's no way, bro. There's no
including this format explainer was more popular than some of the songs that they made, including "I Want the LEC Back," which many LEC fans will know.
Yeah.
Crown, Heartbreaker. Some of their rap battles. So only 4 videos in the history of LEC were higher than the Format Explainer video. And what was the Format Explainer video doing? Well, remember, after 1 month, it had 119,000 views. After 2 months, it has 1.1 million views. And on the day, that is, by the way, 21 times the average views of a video on this channel. And when I took the screenshot a couple of days ago of this video, 2 months after it was released, at 2 months later, it was receiving 21,700 views per hour 2 months after the video was released.
Per hour? No way. I know.
Per
By
hour.
the way, here's another ring, guys. It's so implausible to me that much. The key thing here is the date of publication, Monty. That wouldn't be in the algo anymore. Like, look, in the first few days, but the joke is our videos get in the algorithm for League. There's no way that video on a dry explainer is like a month later suddenly gets picked up by the algo. That just doesn't make any sense. There's no reason for it. Yeah, that's nonsense.
Well, I mean, I'll add, if you look at it now, it's up to 1.7 million views.
Oh my God, I didn't even check today.
Okay.
Yeah. It's up to 1.7 million views.
600K since Monty fucking put this in like 4 days ago.
2 days ago.
I want to make it abundantly clear. This is going to be one of the videos of all time, guys. Yeah, stop the count. Exactly, mate. All those mail-in ballots have been arriving.
There you go. Exactly.
But anyway, look, if you go and look at the comments, right? Some of the comments
it should be like, what would that make it now then, Monty? Is it like third most of all time or something?
No, I think it's still 5th. I think it's still 5th,
right,
but it might have moved up to 4th.
Oh, you're right, because the one after was 1.8. Well, you know what? Check back in a few days. Well, the joke obviously will be
one day.
After this episode, guys, check in a week, and maybe it's like number 1 on their channel.
By the time this episode is released, it'll be number 4.
I want to see where this goes. By the way, I actually low-key hope, Monty, if they just make it like 10 million views or something, just go fucking ham. Just go for it. Just go for it.
So having watched the video, right, can I just ask your professional opinion about this? Would you say there's anything special about it visually? Because
it's dry as fuck, isn't it? Yeah.
It has a guy who looks like Adrian Edmondson from the British comedy Bottom talking. I don't know who he is, but the bald dude with the glasses, right? Which I know is ironic coming from me, but we'll just ride it out, right? And then he's talking in front of a screen, and occasionally it cuts to like crowd reactions, crowd walkouts. Then it's just very normal graphics you would pick up from a package.
Yep.
Then it's got people talking like they're in South Park with their heads in off. And then it goes back to Adrian Edmondson, and then we're out, right? And it's 5 minutes long.
Yep.
So, okay, do you think that would generate comments such as, right? I've got them in front of me here. It says, wait. The visuals for this video are insane. Right? The visuals for this video are insane. Right, let's go down. There's another one. The editing is on point, right?
I love it. These are like such generic posts as well. Like
incredible video format, editing, and hype. And if you just scroll down, you'll just keep seeing people praising the editing without specifying. It isn't spliced with what are clearly genuine comments, like saying, "Oh, I like the changes. I don't like Fearless Draft," that kind of thing. But it just keeps going on and on and on. And then occasionally you will just have this comment where it's like, wow, editing is great.
So you want to hear my theory, Richard?
What's that?
I do think that it is probable that LEC has boosted this video. But I think what they did is they bought some service that would boost their most recent 3 videos, which explains it because they probably want to boost the Calliste and the Jojo Pian videos. But what ended up happening is this one got the most boosted for some reason, but it makes absolutely no sense. Now, sometimes people
you mean if people check quickly, just to say this, like obviously in the last 2 days they've released some videos since Monty did this, but basically there was a gap of months between the LEC video one, because it's for LEC, and the Jojo one. That was like there was a massive gap between. So what you're saying could be plausible. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
But because you would want those videos to have higher view
of
counts,
course.
because then more people will click, like actually legitimately click on them. You could show it to
And
sponsors.
this just got caught up as the third video, basically.
Yeah, you could show it. You could show it to sponsors and say, "Wow, look at all the hype for these new players that are joining our league." But it feels incredibly disingenuous.
I see what you mean.
Clearly,
it's not just that though. It's if you want something to get pushed into the algorithm, what you need is so this is the prescribed wisdom. Obviously, no one really knows what the YouTube algorithm does. It's just people kind of theorizing based on their own results from their own experimentation in running a channel. So take all of this with a pinch of salt, but this is the type of thing influencers will say, and it's the type of thing like, you know, when you go on those fucking videos and it's like, hey, want to get your YouTube views up, man? And it's like some guy you've never heard of with like 200 views. But anyway, this is the shit that they say. They say that if you get a lot of views and a lot of likes and a lot of comments, all of those things will mean the YouTube algorithm, when scanning, do you like League of Legends? It will recommend a video, but it won't recommend any video. First and foremost, it will recommend a video that is popular and trending at the moment. If you click on that video and watch it, then what it'll do is next time you refresh your likes, there'll be another video either from the same channel or sometimes from the same channel and along the same topics. And then you click on that, and this creates this reinforcing loop that all of the nutters back in 2016 were saying, this is radicalization. No, this is all social media and how it works. If you click on something and like something, it will recommend you more of that something. Yes, all roads apparently lead to fucking Joe Rogan or Nerdrotic for some reason, but ultimately this is how it functions. And so obviously if you wanted people to come to LEC and hear there was a hip new format, this is exactly the type of video you would try and artificially boost.
That's true,
algorithmically.
actually.
So just putting that out there as someone who has observed these types of phenomenon in the social
especially if your channel
space.
hasn't been actively uploading for a couple months because you've been in the off season. This would be the time that you would do this. So I do find it suspicious that someone else would be viewbotting this channel, but it is clearly getting viewbotted. Clearly.
Yes. Very reminiscent. I mean, obviously I've seen other examples of this, like recently where there was like an esports World Cup video. I think we might have actually talked about it on we might have talked about it before in a previous episode. I'm just going to quickly go to the channel now. There was basically one video, I think it was the launch trailer, where it was so insanely obviously boosted. And like if you look at the launch trailer, it's got 150 comments but 815,000 views. Loads of the comments are just fucking emojis. It's like so crazy. And it's like when you look, oh, here you go, welcoming chess to the esports World Cup. How many views do you think? How many views do you think that would get on a channel that usually generates under 5k views per video?
I think that could do 100k maybe. I mean, chess is like
2.4 million, my homie.
No, that's bullshit.
2.4 million views with 49 comments. So it's everyone's at it. But what you have to understand as well is, obviously, this was something that the whole viewbotting thing, right? Like at the same time, if you did it to boost your individual channel, naughty, you would get banned by Twitch, you would get banned by YouTube. They denied me my fucking silver play button when I got past 100k because they said they couldn't ascertain whether my followers were real or not. And I've just been stuck on like, there was hilariously 5 years where I was stuck on like never going above like 116k. I've had more subs in the last 18. I've had more subs.
It only
goes
goes up and down and stays at the same number, basically. Yeah.
And every time I uploaded a video, 100 subs would immediately unsubscribe. Right. And those people would come to me going, I didn't click unsubscribe. And then YouTube said, we absolutely aren't doing that. But if you aren't doing that, there's tens of thousands of people that claim that you are. So, go figure. But anyway, that would get you banned. Viewbotting is bad for them, except when they offer services that are ostensibly viewbotting, like Twitch did via the Curse Network, right? Yep. Where a video or a live stream, like Overwatch,
which is something that I've said in the past. I know 100% accuracy that Overwatch League did. They did buy Twitch viewership.
Yes, of course they did. I mean, put it this way. I remember, first of all, people seem to forget when you opened your Activision Blizzard client, your Battle.net, it had the Overwatch stream just playing in that, and that they said that didn't count as a view. It counted as a view. Then you had it was embedded in the Curse network. You go to a wiki, like I just want to look up who is the best counter for Keeper of the Light mid, and you go type that in, and while you're looking at, all right, build this, pick this hero, do that, right at the bottom before you scroll down, it's playing the Overwatch stream. You're now a view. And the amount of fuckery that's gone on in terms of like collating views across all media. This is why Facebook and Netflix and all these other companies that were misrepresenting views and hits and all of that stuff, Facebook in particular and Meta, that's why they ended up being sued by certain clients, because they're misrepresenting first of all, how many views and hits you're getting, and also what type of data they're collating and everything else. And it's no different in esports. That's what we've been doing. We've been fudging these numbers for such a long time. What I would say here is it is clearly being viewbotted. It's just interesting to see whether or not it's part of a campaign where that specific video has been embedded in another one of these networks. Because what's ironic is after Twitch pretended they weren't offering these services through the Curse subsidiary, they just quietly sold off Curse from the Twitch portfolio. But these services are still out there. If you want to get your video, your stream embedded in multiple wikis and multiple popular websites and have a bunch of artificial clicks that aren't real consumers of your content, you can pay for that. And that's fine, apparently, because it's the companies doing it, not individuals that want to break through.
Anyway, funny stuff. Obviously, this is very harmless, but it's just another example of not certain, but probable Riot fuckery here as we start the new 2025 season of League of Legends, and something I thought would give you guys a chuckle. We are going to talk.
I think it reeks of. I think it shows they're still a little bit insecure about what's going on with LEC. I think it really shows that, we've talked a lot about like League of Legends and the direction it's going in, and how they're continually downscaling, and obviously all roads going to lead to Riyadh eventually, because they don't seem to be able to monetize or improve their products. I think League is kind of like, honestly, it's played out outside of Worlds. People are getting bored of it. It's a boomer game now. It's not the new hip thing. It still looks like ass. It still plays like ass. Riot still control it. Riot still make a product that is absolute slop for morons. They appoint morons to regurgitate why the slop is good. You're the best Zimmerman, and they do this, and they wonder why is it all swirling down the toilet? It's really bad. So obviously, if you take this as part of a bigger picture, the fact they're having to viewbot an LEC explainer because they desperately want LEC to get into the algorithm and maybe persuade old viewers to come back, new viewers to give it a try. Yeah, I think that's pretty cataclysmic, because we know LEC isn't in a good place.
By the way, I'll even echo what Richard says there, because actually the fact that there is an actual real authentic trend of hype around Calist and Carmine Corp, Monty, makes this even more sinister, because like we're saying, surely a video like that, look, that one wouldn't, the Calist video itself should already have been able to get a few 100,000 anyway, just from how many fans there are. But if you need to sex that up, like that almost implies to me, like this isn't hitting hard enough for you. Even your one big moment, which as you say has almost been, if people don't know for real, that's why I joke that they're treating this guy like he is fucking Anakin Skywalker in the Phantom Menace. Like, they have been building towards this moment for years in the French scene, Monty. So this is like one of the only big pops you're going to get like this. And if that wasn't enough and you had to viewbot it, like, what does that imply about the sport? Because in League of Legends, Western League of Legends, supposedly LEC is the success story, and LCS, which doesn't even exist now, is the failure. This implies even the success story isn't successful enough, because you're not going to get a more hyped rookie come along like that. Like, it's never going to happen. So I agree with Richard. It's sort of like a fucking bad omen for the future, mate.
I think at the very least what we can say is that if this is their idea of effective marketing, they have completely run out of ideas about how to market the league. If the answer is now we're just going to buy a bunch of YouTube views then
Well,
they've
Monty,
lost the
to be
plot.
fair,
The most hilarious thing is, they actually Scooby-Doo style would have gotten away with it if they just didn't realize that the video that got caught up is the most dry video on the whole channel with zero draw, like we just pointed out. That's what gave it away, you idiots. That's the smoking gun. If that third video had just been another like music video, you could have gotten away with it. No one would have noticed in theory. But what ruined you is that the shittest video on your channel got all the views to 1.7 million.
I mean, what made me notice is I was like, wait, 1 million views for a format explainer? I'm like, this is my dream, guys. Everyone cares about format explainers. Yeah. Everyone has turned into Monty.
Yeah, there you go. It's your time to shine, evidently.
It's my time. I'm going to make... By the way, Richard, if I can just make format videos and make 1 million views every time, guess who's going to be making big money? It's me, the format explainer guy.
Of course, yeah. But I mean, look, I'm saying, to be fair, you said they were out of ideas. It was indicative they were out of ideas. It's not that they're out of ideas. It's just that they've got loads of ideas, but they're all from 10, 12 years ago. That's the problem. That's always been the problem with Riot. I mean, well, one of the many problems with Riot, that when it comes to, everyone's like, why don't you do this? Well, of course, we would never do this because our internal data shows that doing that would actually be bad. You mustn't do this. You mustn't, to have Twitch subs and the haves and have-nots among all of our fans will be outrageous. 10 years later, we've got some great new ideas to monetize LCS, and it's like Twitch subs, guys, and everyone's like, we told you to do that. You've left millions on the table by not doing it when we all told you to do it. And here we are again. It's like, it could have been Viewbotting the whole time. No one would have given a fuck. Now you're doing it, and it's really conspicuous because everyone's hyper aware of it.
You could have at least viewed before and then got an investment of tens of millions of dollars.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
The end when there's no money to
do it. On the way up, not on the way down, dickhead.
It's true. It's true.
It's like literally, like I'm starting. I never thought I would say this. I always feel sorry for these Riot executives.
For fucking penny stocks, you moron. If you're going to risk the SEC, just do it for billions. That is not advice. I'm not a lawyer. Blah blah.
Yeah, whatever. Now sign up to Thorin Coin.
Exactly.
You not a Ponzi scheme.
I didn't want to. I'll bring it forwards, but we are launching the LFN meme coin today, guys. If you just put all your life savings into it, then you could triple up and make esports great again. Anyway.
we could participate in a Trump and dump like the great ones.
Anyway, all right. So I do want to talk about the TikTok stuff because you might be wondering, why do you guys want to talk about the TikTok stuff? Because it may hilariously end up with something with Riot Games and other Chinese
I'll tell you why.
owned.
Duncan's launching his NPC TikTok stream after this. It is, of course, going to be on Little Red Book. It's not going to be on Little Red North. It's not going to be on fucking TikTok.
Really, I think you should do your
ice cream. So good.
No,
it's going to be great.
Richard, you should do your NPC stream because I'm pretty sure people would donate an infinite number of little tokens to you just to hear you say, "How about today, dickhead?"
That is true. Just having a little dickhead emoji, like float up. No, obviously it's maximum glizzy overdrive. People want to see me do, which
To be fair, that video was very funny.
It was.
My two favorite Richard Lewis meme clips are the glizzy one and then the one where he's just going like, "Oh, mad, oh, mad." That's also one of my favorites.
I think Richard would be the best NPC streamer.
Yes, yeah, he's nailed the boomer tech.
Yeah, fantastic. But anyway, no, it is important, and I'm hoping we're gonna make it more important and more relevant to the world of esports by launching another crusade. It's time, guys.
See more cool, funny, interesting clips based on topics from my content? Well, subscribe to this channel then, or, be a pleb and don't.